This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, Saturday after a loss against the Minnesota Twins, I refuse to put that loss in the brutal column. Sunday's loss, that's in the brutal column for the Red Sox. Penn can't hold the lead. Bats pretty much nothing after the third inning. And the Red Sox lose on Crochet Day. And they lose to the Twins 2-1 at Fenway Park. They lose the series at home against a team who had an abysmal road record coming into the series on Friday. Welcome to our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer, MLB on ESPN Radio, college baseball on the ESPN networks, Longhorn Network, ACC Network, SEC Network, 10-plus years in the minors, and a guy with a dangerous amount of useless baseball information. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed. If you're listening on the podcast, you know it's free and available wherever you get your podcast. On our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we're going to talk about Crochet pitching 5 innings and grinding, not having his best stuff. That was evident early on. First pitch of the game, Byron Buxton, 1-0 lead on a home run into the green monster seats in left field. But he left with a lead. Whitlock and Slayton could not get the job done. And outside Wilyer Abreu hitting a home run in the 8th inning to make it a 1-run ball game and give you a faint glimpse of hope that didn't really pan out. Red Sox offense doing nothing from the 4th inning on. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation. Watching live on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, hit that comment button and join the conversation. I'm on the X. You can follow me at Lennox on Baseball. Our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off. That's 50% off on your first year.
This is what you'll be talking about.
These losses are adding up. 36 games in the book. 500 team? No. No. This should not be it. With 3 more on the homestand against the Texas Rangers, that series underway on Tuesday. With a win on Sunday, I would have said Red Sox have a much-deserved day off on Monday. It's not going to happen. But Alex Cora, call for a full team workout. Series loss, win the opener, drop the next 2 against the Twins at Fenway. You lose on Crochet Day. The pen blows it. The bats go silent. And I'm just going down the rundown here because in segment number 2, I'm going to tell you it's time. It's just time. Enough is enough. Crochet, again, did not have his best stuff. Absolutely did not. First pitch of the game, Buxton a home run. But the Red Sox take the lead against Chris Paddock, who kind of gets lost in the mix. But the Red Sox get 2 in the second, 1 in the third. After that, almost nothing. And Lou Merloni, first NESN reference, basically said it. Paddock was almost on the hook with his pitch count. All of a sudden, though, he gets quick and easy innings. And the Red Sox, until the 8th inning, had 1 base runner, and that was a hit batter. Abreu hits a home run in the 8th inning against Griffin Jackson, makes it a 1-run game. All that does is tease you for the 9th inning. Now, Liam Hendricks did his job. Crochet did over 5. Whitlock and Slayton, give me a break. Lou Merloni said, hey, Whitlock has the 6th and 7th. Slayton, it's drawn up the way you want it. Yes, you'd want to see Garrett Crochet go out there and give you a 6th inning. But on this particular day, walking the first 2 batters, the 8-9 hitters in the 5th inning, then coming back, he was very fortunate in that 5th inning. Came back, got the next 3 hitters, Buxton, Jeffers, and France. And Ryan Jeffers had himself a series over the weekend at Fenway Park. He's getting on the plane tonight to leave Boston. Got to be feeling awfully good about himself. Whitlock, 1, 2, 3, 6th inning, 7th inning. Hey, wouldn't you know it? Starts with a leadoff walk. Bader was down in the count 0-2, and Whitlock loses him on a walk. And you're just thinking, this is not going to go well. Vasquez, a 1-out single, 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Buxton grounds to short. Nice play by Hamilton. Jeffers, 2-out, 2-run single to left. 3-3 game. And then Slayton, after the Red Sox go down, without much going on in the 7th inning. Rafaela, first pitch, swinging in the 7th. grounds out. Not much from the top of the lineup. Duran, Devers, they've been hitting. Bregman's kind of gone silent a little bit here. Had a 12-game hit streak snap. He's been getting on bases with the walks. And, hey, Trevor Story did get a day off. But he's been in a funk of late. But in the 8th inning, Correa base hit the ball hard. Hamilton couldn't make the play on a ball right at him. And then Slayton comes back and gets the next two. But Harrison Bader, 2-out RBI double. Correa scoring all the way from first, 4-3. Larnach, 2-out RBI base hit, 5-3. That was big, that second run in the 7th inning or in the 8th inning against Slayton, because Abreu hits the home run with 2 down in the 8th inning off Jacks, makes it a 1-run game. Now in the 9th inning, Hamilton a ground out. Toro, first appearance, debut for the Red Sox, pinch hitting for Narvaez, retired on a grounder to the right side. And then Rafaela extends the game with a base hit. Infield single for Rafaela, tying run on base, Duran strikes out, ball game over. And yeah, I did a long recap there because they're just a cast of characters there that failed to get the job done. And brutal right now. That's the word you use for the Red Sox. Hey, again, if you're with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, hit that comment button and just vent. It's Sunday. You had a 3-1 lead. You had a 3-1 lead with Crochet only being able to go 5. He labored. His velocity was down, but his secondary pitches, he went to them and they were effective. And Lou Merloni gave great credit to Carlos Narvaez, realizing his ace, his pitcher on the mound. And Narvaez, remember, he's gotten Bayo through things here early on. Bayo's been few and far between with adversity, but Narvaez has kind of coaxed him through some of those, bumps in the road that he's had over his first 3 starts. And they haven't been a lot of them. Bob, didn't watch or listen. Occasionally checked in. Embarrassment. Bob, did you take my advice? Because I get over the Blue Jays series when they lost 2 out of 3 against Toronto to open up the week. Bad week for the Yankees and Red Sox. Oh, well, for the Yankees. Michael, Red Sox really let Paddock off the hook. They did, and Lou Merloni referenced it. The Red Sox are a 500 team through their first 36. They were at 500 on 25 different occasions, including at the end of the regular season after 162 in 2024. This team should not be at 500 at this point in the season. Yvonne, I said this the other day, I think. This team has no heart, no fire, no spark. 40-year fan embarrassed. Wait a minute. 40-year fan embarrassed? You're 40 years, you're embarrassed right now. Okay, because I remember the 4 World Series titles dating back to 2004. You know what? I had this thought during the game, and Yvonne, you're kind of making me think about it right now, and I appreciate that. It feels like the Red Sox aren't playing for each other. And I've said it a couple of times. Whitlock and Slayton, you've got to pick up Garrett Crochet. You've got to pick yourselves up from not getting the job done in Toronto in your previous outings this week. But right now, it seems like there's a lot of individual guys out right now trying to get their numbers. Abreu, the home run makes it a 1-run game. But really, no one can get on in front of him. Makes it a 1-run game. You got the tying run of the plate in the 9th inning. I'm not lashing out at Willie Abreu right now. But right now, there's 2 things that, to me, are somewhat evident with the Red Sox. They're not playing for each other. And also, there are a handful of guys right now that are happy to be in the big leagues. And I'm going to get into its time coming up in our second segment. But we watched enough of this last year. And now you're watching it again in 2025 when you opened up the season with great expectations. And you're not meeting those expectations when you're a 500 club through your first 36 games of the season. For every step forward, there's been 2 steps back. That's a cliche, but it's one I use in my household all the time. And it's brutal. And as Yvonne said, he's going back 40 years. I've paid attention to the Red Sox, but really I've paid attention since last June. Really last May, as I was talking with Locked On about coming on board and doing this. And I've enjoyed it. But there's no way I'm looking you in the eye right now and telling you I believe this is a playoff team. It should be. But right now, you're 500. There's a lot of times in the past when I've been on shows where I've said, hey, until you get to 500, I'm not even going to consider you as a playoff team. Well, the Red Sox are a 500 team right now. I just don't see it. Because, again, I do believe to a certain degree guys are just happy to be in the big leagues. Nasty Nate Nixon. I'm newish fan. Well, you entered into it in a whirlwind right now. You got the hornet's nest out there. What would it take for the Red Sox to do a trade? Is that an option, or would that be overreaction already? They talked about it on the Nesson broadcast, and Nasty Nate Nixon. Love that name. And for going forward, you're not going to be referred to as Nasty Nate or Nasty Nixon. It's Nasty Nate Nixon. It's early on in the season. I mean, look at Milwaukee needed a starting pitcher. They need more than one starting pitcher. But they gave up a lot to get Quinn Priester from the Red Sox. The Red Sox, I don't believe in pitching depth. I really don't. But the Red Sox were dealing from quantity. And they believed Richard Fitz and Hunter Dobbins were ahead of Quinn Priester. Red Sox down the road might have gotten a lot out of that deal. They get a compensation pick. It's pick 44, I believe, in the 2025 MLB draft. They got a young 18-year-old outfielder that's talented, that's now in the Red Sox system. So he's down the road. Red Sox were able to project that out to get Priester from Nick York last year. It's tough. You can look at teams and, hey, Craig Breslow's working it. Everyone's saying Dominic Smith, AAA with the Yankees. It's a possibility. I mean, you're not giving up one of your top 25, top 30, prospects. I would doubt, for Dom Smith, who's sitting there at the AAA level. And even if you're the Yankees and you're dealing with the Red Sox are going to give Dominic Smith an opportunity at the big league level. The Yankees or any team shouldn't block that. But then you got to come up with the compensation. So it is a little bit early, but Craig Breslow, I mean, they're not going to be able to go with Romy Gonzalez at first base. And for the second straight game in a row, Lou Merloni making the case that Rafael Devers should be taking ground balls. There's a process that could come into play. And you can go with Romy Gonzalez and maybe Abraham Toro for a couple of weeks. But I really don't think Abraham Toro is going to be at the big league level for an extended stay with the Red Sox. They're going to need something to address that because they don't have any depth at that position. And it's hard to have that depth at first base in the minor league system. Ethan, no winning formula for this team, and it's killing us. The winning formula was to hand it over the bullpen after 6. You had to go a little bit early, but Whitlock and Slayton should have been ready to go. Whitlock gave you a 1-2-3 first inning out of the bullpen, and you don't even get the ball to Aroldis Chapman. And if Whitlock and Slayton aren't getting the job done, good luck. Hendricks, maybe it should have been Hendricks in that 6th inning. Then Whitlock just gets 1. Not saying they tag him just because he's in his 2nd inning relief, but yeah, Whitlock, well, he's a 2-inning guy. He's going to be our 2-inning guy. You might have to rework that. Every day, trick shots. I know this is unrelated for today's game, but what if Gonzalez becomes our starting first baseman? Sometimes you'll talk about a guy being overexposed. Romy Gonzalez has a great fit for this team, being a super utility guy, a guy who's got terrific speed, guy who's going to give you good at-bats, and defend pretty well overall in his time with the Red Sox to this point. But if you're playing him every single day, you might overexpose him. And teams, they know the book on every single hitter of how they want to try to get him out. So they've got a book on Romy Gonzalez, but you're putting him out there in the lineup 5-6 times a week at the same position. I don't know that there's long-term success there. Remember, this is a guy who was released by the White Sox organization. I think that has to be tagged there with Romy Gonzalez. Smoke Dog 1982, Derek checking in. Just disappointed. Penn can't hold a lead. Good luck with the bullpen. I mean, I don't know how you go get a bullpen arm. You're gonna if you want to try to go get a bullpen arm in a trade, good luck, because it's going to cost you an awful lot. It really is. Tough one. Another tough one. And you put this in the column of brutal. Brutal loss for the Red Sox. There's no sugarcoating it. It is what it is. Numbers of the day. I mean, there's some brutal numbers. I mean, win a game that's decided by a run. decided by 2 runs, decided by 3 runs or less. Red Sox aren't doing that at all, and I've got the numbers to back it up, thanks to my research and thanks to the Red Sox game notes as well. And you know what? I've previewed it a little bit. I've teased it. That's what we do. It's time. I discuss that next. Glad you're with us on this Sunday. Wish we were talking about a Red Sox victory. Instead, talking about a 1-run loss and Minnesota taking 2 out of 3 on the road. Their road record brutal coming into the series. Well, they've got 2 more wins now on the road resume. Locked On Red Sox postcast, Locked On Red Sox, part of the Locked On Sports Network, your team, your Red Sox every day, presented by Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, entertainment, easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all of your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So you stop just managing your money and you start building on your wealth. When you start using Monarch Money, you may soon realize just how much you are spending on food delivery. And with that, you're going to be able to budget smarter and save more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check out your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Managing money with your partner, never smoother with Monarch Money. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. Take control of your finances today with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com. And you'll receive 50% off on your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off on your first year. Locked On Red Sox postcast, also presented by Upwork. Scaling your business requires the right expertise at the right time. With Upwork, you can find specialized freelancers in marketing, development, design, and more. Experts ready to help you take your business to the next level. Upwork gives businesses the flexibility by connecting them with top freelance talent across multiple industries, including AI, IT, web development, and marketing. Whether you need extra hands for a project or a long-term partner, Upwork makes hiring simple and affordable. If you need help with a marketing campaign, Upwork can connect you with a freelance expert who is going to deliver incredible results. Posting a job is free and simple, and within a day, with multiple qualified candidates to choose from. Instead of hiring full-time, Upwork helps find affordable top-tier freelancers to scale your business efficiently. Visit Upwork.com right now. Post your job for free. That's Upwork, UPWORK.com, Upwork.com, to connect with top talent and grow your business today. Keep the comments coming if you're with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday better than the Red Sox right now. James checking in. Let's see here. Mr. Jules. Jules, I'm not sure what you're saying here, Jules. I'm trying to find the timeline. Smoke Dog 1982, I thought Sogard would get the call, perhaps in the next couple of days. James, Rizzo, Anthony Rizzo, pass. Yvonne, there's chatter about the Orioles may have a fire sale soon. Apparently, Mountcastle is a free agent. They don't appear to be motivated to resign. Thoughts on going after him for first base? You're going to have to give up. You're not going to give up top 10 prospect, but you're going to have to give up something. You're going to make that trade within the division, and you're going to give up a lot for a guy you may not re-sign after this season is over. I would pass on Mountcastle and the Orioles. Everyday trick shots. Why not bring Roman Anthony up? Everyday trick shots, thank you. It's time. There needs to be a move here. There needs to be something that lights the fire under the guys in that Red Sox clubhouse right now. Roman Anthony, just bring him up. You've already brought Christian Campbell up. Bring him up and play him. And if it means sending Cedar Rafaela to the bench or to AAA, go ahead and do it. And I'm not just singling out Cedar Rafaela, but you know what? Tired of watching his at-bats. He's not the only one. But put Anthony in center field and see what happens. On-the-job training. A lot of guys present day, terrific talents. And I always go back to Jackson Holliday with the Orioles. A lot of these guys on the job training. A lot of guys coming to the big leagues now with teams, not finished products. Roman Anthony's ready. Let him come up and provide a spark. Because nobody else is sparking this lineup. You have minimal base runners from the third inning on. You're not able to add on to a 3-1 lead. That leads to the bullpen not being able to hold on to that 3-run lead. Numbers of the night, numbers of the day, you want them because they're not pretty. They're not pretty. This team cannot win close ball games. Sunday, 9th game over the last 15 decided by 3 runs or less. Red Sox are now 4-9 in 1-run games. None of this paints a pretty picture. 5-13 on the season in games where the opponent scores first. And you took the lead back. You're down 1-0 first pitch of the game. Crochet to Buxton, home run over the Green Monster. Each of the last 7 losses for the Red Sox by 3 runs or less. 5 of the last 6 losses have been decided by a single run. Boston's last 4 losses by a total of 5 runs. Does that paint the picture for you enough? And it's not on us. We're not making the moves. We're ready to make all sorts of moves. I don't go Mountcastle. I don't know what they do at first base, but this is second straight year in a row. And I really have had this thought in the last 24 hours. And by the way, the Red Sox did announce Tristan Casas' surgery on Sunday to repair that ruptured left patella tendon. I don't want to say this out loud, but I will. And especially if Devers somehow, some way ends up at first base. You want Anthony up, Devers first base by the end of the month. That'll show everybody, because I think there's a certain level of selfishness right now with Rafael Devers. We can't bother him to move the position. We can't approach him. Well, he should approach the team. Text Alex Cora, Craig Breslow, text them and say, I want a meeting face-to-face, eye-to-eye with you on Tuesday. Can we do this? Next couple of weeks, give me the first baseman's mitt. The glove. Give me the first base glove. And go from there. Go from there. Jules, come on, Steve. This is not a playoff roster. Carlos over Wong, but Wong is a Cora favorite. I think Narvaez is right there, too. Alex Cora, before Connor Wong came off the IL, Jules, was adamant that he was sticking around. And he should. He's been terrific for him. Defensively and offensively. But come on, Jules, I'm going to agree to disagree. This should be a playoff team. You added Garrett Crochet and Alex Bregman and others during the offseason. This isn't a playoff team? It should be, but they're not meeting expectations on any level. Any level. So Jules, agree to disagree. This should be a playoff team. Mariners, yes. AL Central, come on. And right now, in the AL East, and I'm still not sold on the Yankees. They've lost. Max Fried's been terrific, but they've lost an ace, Garrett Cole, for the entire year. That's going to come back and bite them at some point, unless they make a big move and trade an awful lot at the deadline to get a top-tier pitcher. And I don't think they have the ability to do that. I don't know how many are going to actually be on the market, but they're going to overpay because there are going to be other teams in the mix. Red Sox have better minor league talent to offer than the Yankees. So if they got wind of potential trade, they can come in and say, name your price, and it's going to hurt. But Jules, I'm sorry, in the American League, absolutely, the Red Sox. I mean, they've made it easier. You've now got 3 division winners and 3 wild card teams. You can't be even the number 6. You can't be the 3rd wild card team. Geez, world, you're going to wrap us up here. Just checking in to say hello. Well, hello. Just started watching the game. Don't know. Well, you got to know the outcome now. All right. I don't know how you didn't get the outcome from what we've been talking about along the way. I'm not saying it's a much-deserved day off for the Yankee or for the Red Sox, rather. Jules, yeah, I'll give you, Jules, the last word. Yeah, but Cora is still the constant. Hey, Alex Cora is a very good manager. They've got to execute. I do not put this on the manager right now. There are certain things that you can say and second guess. And he said a couple of times, hey, do we pitch to Vladdy Guerrero if it's September, October? Probably not the other night. But they did there, and it came back and bit them. I'm not saying a much-deserved day off on Monday. It's a day off. 3-game series underway, 3 right-handers against the Rangers on Tuesday. And guess what? Like the Twins, the Rangers really haven't been playing consistent. But they did take 3 out of 4 from the Red Sox to open up the season. And they've dealt with injuries, and they've dealt with guys in the lineup who have not really hit so far. That's been a theme against the Red Sox of late. Teams just not hitting, and producing to what the back of the baseball card says or their baseball reference page says as well. So we take a day off tomorrow, but you know what? We got Celtics tomorrow. So if you're a Red Sox Celtics fan, we do it with Locked On Celtics Postcast after Game 1 of the semifinal series against the Knicks Monday night from TD Garden. And then we'll be back with you, Locked On Red Sox Postcast, within minutes of the final out for Game 1 of the series against the Rangers. You got 48 hours to mull this over. If you were just with us on the Locked On Red Sox Postcast or the podcast version over the last couple of days and you took my advice from Thursday of saying take the weekend off, let me know about it. Hey, Locked On Red Sox, #1 place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team, your Red Sox, win, lose, or if they're going to make you want to bang your head in the wall every day.